Hello, darlings. How are you today? I wanted to talk about what high vibe means. So you always hear me talking about raise your vibration or keep your vibration high, or what exactly the fuck I'm talking about when I say and talk about high vibe. So you guys have all seen my little chart that I put up all the fucking time, right? And in our society, we are perpetually kept down in these low vibes: shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, and pride, right? Pride and below is where our society, for the most part, fucking sits. Shame. What? Shame? No, Nakota, we don't feel shame. Sure you do. How many of us ladies won't leave the house without makeup? How many of us have, there's just so many things. The shame. How many of us have undergone cosmetic surgery to improve our vessel? It's not just a woman thing. How many of us inject ourselves with chemicals that are not, how many of us inject ourselves with chemicals to keep from having wrinkles? How many of us have body parts put in to make us look more like the societal norm of beauty? How many of us do something that we regret and then spend our entire fucking life feeling bad for it? How many of us have people who take those bad things and those incidents and create lifelong burdens mentally for those people? That's all shame. You fuck something up, your bitter wife is going to hold it over you for the next 10 years. That's shame. Guilt, again, it's one of those where it's so easy to find yourself guilty. Apathy, I don't give a shit. I don't care. That's rampant, right? Grief. We are at a point in our society where grief is so overwhelming. Fear. Everyone's afraid of not being able to pay their bills. Everyone's afraid that California's going to fall into the ocean. Everyone's afraid of tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes. And we're afraid that our country is being taken over by, all of these fucking fucktards we're afraid for our future because they're trying to take away all of our liberties and our freedom. We're afraid of everything. Fear. This stuff is being pumped into us. Desire. Think of the porn addiction that we have in this society. It's kind of unchecked. Think of the pedophilia. Think of the horrendous acts that are being done to children, but they don't care. There goes your apathy. The kids are afraid. There goes your fear. These people desire the power and youth that this brings them. It's this cycle, and we're cycling down, low, cycle. Okay, so how do you break out of that? Well, stop hanging out down here, right? Stop hanging out down on the bottom where the bad shit is, and you start climbing that ladder. Start getting a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. And the crazy thing is that anger is a higher vibration than fear. So go ahead and get angry when you're afraid, because that's taking you up that vibration chart. Does that make sense? Go up that chart. Anger, and then pride, and then courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. If we could all at least get to courage and neutrality, we'd be doing pretty damn good on this planet. We'd raise the vibration of the planet itself. Why do we stay in these lower vibrations? It's based on what you're taking in. Your vibration is set by your environment around you. Your vibration is set by what you're taking in to yourself, into your environment, into your world. You get it from the music you listen to, get it from the TV you choose to watch. If you're caught up in horror movies and slasher shows, even sports have a competitive, I win, you lose, dominating pride or anger. You either are proud that your team won or you're angry that your team lost, right? Those are still lower vibration. I mean, I guess they're better than fear and shame, but if that's all you take into your world, then that's not getting you up into that neutrality, courage and neutrality vibration. What does that vibration mean? That vibration is the energy that you're putting out into the universe. When you put an energy out into the universe, that's what the universe delivers back to you, right? So if you're putting out neutrality, you're going to get neutrality back. If you're putting out acceptance, reason, or love, that's what you're going to get back. If you're putting out shame, you're going to get more reasons to feel ashamed. If you're putting out fear, you're going to get back more reasons to fear. If you're afraid that, oh my God, I'm going to get taken advantage of, I'm going to get mugged walking down the street in downtown, you're putting out that vibration. You might. If you're putting out a vibration like I do of, I'm protected by Archangel Michael, and anybody who wants to try and mug me has better be fucking ready. They got to have a better, you know what I mean? I am divinely protected. I am in no way, shape, or form worried about any of that kind of stuff. You know, the communication's there. When I listen to my intuition, I am never led astray. So anyway, I wanted to just kind of talk about and explain what that whole energy thing, when I talk about raising your vibe, when people are talking about raising your vibe and having a high vibe and being in a high vibe tribe and all of that stuff, it's that hanging out in willingness, acceptance, reason, love, joy, and peace. It's choosing to take in and project out a more heartfelt, genuine vibration that is truer to our nature, our innate ability, and our true selves, as opposed to what is being fed to us from the society around us. And the reason that they're perpetuating shame and the reason that they're perpetuating fear and all of these things is all for the almighty dollar, right? I mean, think about that. Everything about the fashion industry, everything about Amazon, I mean, anything about the world around us is all about fucking money. So choosing to live in a higher vibration is not necessarily choosing against money, but it's not making money your priority. Money is a side effect. Money is a bonus. Money is a product of being in a higher vibration and attracting the abundance of life. The good shit that's out there to be attracted. That's what being high vibration is. It's living in these higher, it's consciously making an effort to live a life that you are able to project a higher vibration to the world around you. So I hope that made more sense. Hope that made sense to anybody out there that's first awakening and wondering, what the fuck is she talking about? I'm always talking about random stuff. So if you guys ever see anything where I am not explaining myself well enough for you to understand, please let me know. Feel free to put it in the comments. If you have any questions, certain things, specific things that you're like, hey, I heard this. What's that all about? I'd be happy to explain and or go down the rabbit hole to see if I can't come up with an explanation, because I don't know it all. I'm still learning. 3.5 years ago, I was an atheist. Now I'm living on faith. Complete about face. And I love it. Anyway, all right. I love you guys. Come up with 3 reasons to have joy today. Just 3. Do that every day and it'll help raise your vibe. All right. I love you guys. Mwah.